Welcome to another episode of the Cooking Swiss, and today we are going to make beef stroganoff with egg pasta Spätzle noodles. I'm just gonna cut the package open, and I'm gonna show you real quick on how I'm cutting the meat. I'm still in the process of cleaning out the freezer and the fridge because we'll be gone for 6 weeks and my husband is not gonna, do any kind of major cooking during that time. So I hate to let things go to waste. So, all right, so this is, now again, I'm not a professional chef. I'm sure there is, with the graining of the meat and stuff, a certain way of how you're supposed to be cutting it, and I am just gonna cut it in pieces like this. And also, you could use bacon with this recipe, but I decided to use, instead of bacon, I'm just going to use more beef because I don't have any bacon at the house. Again, I'm trying to let everything run out because I don't want to have things sitting in the fridge and then I come back and I just end up throwing it all out. So just, little mouse-sized pieces. And it's always a battle to cut beef. So I'm going to show you this one, and the other one I'll cut with the camera off. And next step, I'm going to peel carrots and chop them in small pieces. And I've shown it many times how I usually do the carrots. I just cut the ends off. And then I just use the peeler like this. So I am just going to cut them like this. Some of them. And also this one, I love how this one looks like. It's very pretty. It has that little lighter spot in the middle. So these I'm going to cut like this. And the regular carrots, because I always say, people eat with their eyes. So try to make the food look pretty to a certain extent. I mean, just try to incorporate it. Obviously, speed is always of the essence because we're all trying to cook dinner for everybody. But these I'm going to cut up a little bit smaller. Just make it interesting. This is how our chopped carrots look like. And now I'm going to add in an onion. And this is, again, it's a huge onion. So I'm just doing half of an onion. Just clean it. By the way, it's always a good idea to, when you're about to chop onions, to rinse them under cold water anyhow, because supposedly that's what we learned in home ec. It then does not tear you up as much. If it's working, I'm not sure. They certainly say it. All right, so I think we're pretty much done with all our prep work. Over here at the stove, this is a cast iron pot, and we are going to start heating up about a tablespoon of canola oil. And for sauteing and frying high temperature things, I really prefer canola oil because olive oil just doesn't really deal with the heat that well. So I'm gonna let that heat up. All right, I think the canola oil is warm enough, and let's test it. Yes. So we are throwing all the meat in. Definitely want to brown it. Make sure it's on high heat. It's a lot of liquid because I had the meat frozen and I defrosted it. So, you know, that always attracts a lot of liquid. Yeah, so we are definitely getting ready of, you know, buying some things to take over there. Some requests from my family. But it's getting less and less over the years because most things are available. I used to ask for Reese's a lot, but now you can have Reese's. Plus, honestly, I get the Aldi kind. I think it's better. That's a little Bolo alert. I mean, I prefer it. I don't know. You know, other people might disagree. But, all right, so it looks like it's mostly browned right now. And we are adding the onions. First the onions, and then we'll brown it all together. And remember, because we are using beef here, it does not have to be cooked all the way. Plus, when we are cooking the stew, it will cook at least for 1.5 or even a couple of hours. So it will definitely cook through. But it's definitely not sizzling right now because there's just too much liquid, which it has to absorb first. Or it has to evaporate first. Just turn on the vent. Once the liquid is absorbed a little bit more, then I'll add the carrots. So the liquid has evaporated a little bit more, and now we're getting ready to add the carrots. Let's see so you can see it. There we go. And I just love those red carrots with the center, the lighter center. It just makes it, you know, look so beautiful and interesting. I usually get these at Lidl, but they don't always have them. I wish they would always have them. They're tough to find in other stores, that nice medley of different carrots. Because it is true. I mean, why is there only one type of carrot? I mean, you know, there are different types. I like to change it up. First, I'm actually going to add that's Montepulciano red wine, a dry red wine, and I think it just goes phenomenally with beef. So we're just adding some on. I don't know, 1/4 cup, something like that. It just adds really awesome flavor with the wine. Don't worry about the kids. By the time you're eating this, the alcohol has long evaporated and there is not going to be any alcohol left. It's mostly for seasoning. All right, next step, I am going to add a tablespoon of Old Bay seasoning. Again, if you have any kind of seasoning salt that you prefer, you can use that. That is one of the few items that I will buy. Maybe 1.5, depending on how much vegetables you chopped. Yeah, so that is one of the few items that I buy the name brand. I love Old Bay. Love McCormick, by the way. That is definitely, that's a company I always support. Used to live in Maryland myself for years, and it is a company that treats their employees well. They have awesome recipes, by the way, on their McCormick website. And it's just, overall, it's a great American company. So I have no problems buying the brand. We're also going to add a 1/4 cup of Worcester sauce. If I did pronounce it wrong, let me know, but I do believe it's called pronounced not Worcestershire or something, Worcester sauce. Because there's a Worcester, Massachusetts, spelled the same way, and I believe they call themselves. So we're using a 1/4 cup. So if you ask them, where are you from? They will say, I'm from Worcester, Massachusetts. So, but maybe I'm wrong, but I believe that's how it's called or pronounced. All right, so we just continue to saute. Next step, we're going to add 3/4 cups of water. No, 3 cups of water, not 3/4, 3 cups of water. So that was 2, and now another 1 cup. And I'm also going to add a little bit of bouillon, the powder kind. And I'm going to add beef bouillon. Yeah, I'm just using the basic Dollar Tree beef bouillon. It's not the greatest, but that's what I have right at the moment. So I'm only doing 2 teaspoons. It's supposedly 1 teaspoon per cup. But remember, I already put the Old Bay seasoning in, so we don't want to oversalt it. We can always add more salt later. So the idea is now we're going to bring this to a boil. Then I'm going to reduce the heat, and then I am just going to cover it up, and then it will simmer for about 1.5 to 2 hours on low heat. In the meantime, the stew has come to a rolling boil, or the Stroganoff. So I am stirring it a little bit and turning down the temperature to very low. That's good enough. And we are also going to cover it up. So, and setting the timer for about 1.5 to 2 hours. Now is the time to put the mushrooms, the cooked mushrooms, in with the rest of the stew. This is how it looks like right now. It's nicely cooked. And so we're putting this in. And we're warming it up a little bit more. I'm also going to put in a slurry to thicken the sauce. And then depending on how you like it, you could then you're done basically. Or we like to add a little bit of sour cream. So in the meantime, as we are doing this, we're doing many things parallel. We are also boiling water. This is about good. Now I don't have space on the stove. All right, remove this, remove the other, and I like to put this in the back actually for safety reasons. for when the kids were little, but now they're not that little anymore, but I still like to put it in the bag. So, all right, so we're going to wait for the water to boil so we can finish the Spätzlis. See, I think the water has come to a boil. Not quite, but it is definitely bubbling. So we are going to salt the water a little bit. And then we are adding the Spätzlis. Adding them in. I'm doing the full bag. And this is going to have to boil for between 11 and 13 minutes. All right, we're setting our alarm. I need a new stove. All right, so I'll set it to 13 minutes. For the slurry, we're gonna use a 1/4 cup of cornstarch with 1/3 cup of cold water. I don't even know if there's enough in here. So I guess we're gonna barely make it. Might as well just finish it off. Yeah, maybe there's a little bit of left. Nah, we'll finish it. That's it. I doubt that my husband is gonna need cornstarch while I'm gone. So instead of using 1/3, I just kind of like this. Just kind of, you know, stirring it till it's completely liquid. And in the meantime, it is boiling again. We can turn it down a little bit. All right, so we are pouring this in. And we stir, and now it's going to thicken up. Once it comes to a boil, we completely turn it off, and we're done cooking this part of the beef stroganoff. Then we just need to wait till we have the Spätzlis. See, so it has already thickened. Yes, very nice. So we're turning this off. We're letting it cool down a little bit, and then we're putting in the sour cream. If you put it in when it's, you know, too hot, then there will be a separation occurring with the sour cream. And it's still fine. You can eat it, but it just makes it look ugly. So it's better for us to wait till it cools off a little bit. All right. All right, so this is how our stroganoff looks like right now. It has thickened quite a bit. And now we are adding our good old sour cream. BJ's now selling a whole lot more of their own brands, which I'm very happy about because I like the Wesley Farms brand. And then also I hopefully can go to Aldi and Lidl less and get larger quantities. So we're just going to do like a big wallop, I guess. Let's see if this is enough. Same thing, we can always add more, but it's tough to take it out. Again, you know, if you don't like sour cream, then leave it out. It's fine without it. So yeah, it's coming along nice. Let's do another one maybe. There we go. The screaming, nobody's in danger. They're just playing on the Oculus. Back in the day when we would still play outside. Yes, that is a thing from the past. All right, and then just a quick look of over here. This is how the spaceys look like. 7 more minutes left, and then we are completely done. The time is up, and I think we are ready to drain the spaceys. All right. All right. And let's lift up. I forgot to lift up the lid. This is ready, and I'll put it all together into one. All right. All you need to do is stir, and dinner is pretty much served. You can add a salad, which I'm actually doing tonight. I am in the process of prepping a leafy salad, and that's it. So let's mix that up, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please give me a like, leave a comment, and hit subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. I hope you have a great evening. Bye.